Now, Miles, now we got UM in the Final Four, bro. We've known each other for a good amount of time, and we've always talked about UM basketball. We've kind of talked about the history a little bit off here because we talked about the guard play of UM is really where we like shined at. The biggest name I can remember in like terms of guard play the past couple of years was Shane Larkin because he
Shane
was
Larkin was dope.
nasty.
Yep.
And then we had a couple of runs and like March Madness didn't get that great. One of them was against Chicago Loyola, lost in a buzzer
Game
beater.
winner.
That
Game winner.
that one got me hot. I
Yep.
was just like, I wasn't say hot. I was just more of like,
No, I was salty because that was the year where everybody's like, "Oh, Sister Jean, this is an incredible story." And I was like, "God, yeah, but they beat us. I don't care about her.
yeah,
I can't wait for them to lose." And you look back on it. So the Shane Larkin run happened when I was in high school, and they invited our whole high school basketball game to that team. They played Duke. We went to the Duke game where we beat number one Duke, the first time UM had ever beat a number one team in program history, and that was, I believe, 2015. So that happens, then that's the Shane Larkin run. They win the ACC for the first time, and then they do the double dip where they win the ACC title, the postseason title. And since then, I mean, they've had a run since 2013. It's two Sweet 16 appearances. They made the Elite Eight last year. They made the Elite Eight this year, and now they're in the Final Four for the first time in program history. And you know, this team, I've been trying to tell people for a while. I don't know if he'll necessarily be drafted, but Isaiah Wong is an NBA
he's
player.
nice.
He is an NBA player. Like he might
Yeah.
not be like, oh, he's a starting point guard in the NBA, but that guy is going to be on an NBA roster.
He's going to be a solid role player for anywhere he goes because he does play like team basketball and he can get you a bucket if
He
you
can get a
really.
bucket, and he gets these physical buckets, these college buckets that are not you where the paint is entirely clogged and you have no separation, but you got to get a shot off, and
Yeah.
you
He
add Jordan
drives the
Miller.
basketball really well.
He drives, he dishes the ball. He's not a selfish player at all. The only thing I think that he could improve on is the jump shot
Yeah.
from outside. That's why I
Not
don't
the
think he'll
prettiest
necessarily.
jump shot, but
Yeah,
it's
but
worked for
it
him.
goes in. I mean, he scores 20 points, and he scores 20 points in the ACC. And you look at it this year, Jordan Miller's a beast too. I'm excited to see what his future NBA potential could be. And I mean, Norm Chad Omier, I don't think he'll have probably any type of run in the NBA just because he is a little bit undersized.
Yeah.
But for the college game, that guy is an absolute monster.
Yep.
Monster.
And
An
I mean,
absolute monster. And I you look back on it, they've had Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown goes to the NBA, made a solid career for himself. Lonnie Walker, okay, hasn't maybe lived up to the
athletic guard just on and off
yeah,
most.
but now he's on the Lakers on his second contract already. We already mentioned Shane Larkin, so this is stuff to build on from there. And I just the only really downturn that they've had the last couple of years is they got caught up in that Adidas scandal, which
Yeah.
we've seen. I mean, look at it. So you have Louisville, which is known as a blue blood in the NCAA, right? We've seen them win a national championship in our lifetimes. They've had historic players as far as college, then move on to the NBA. They've had Rick Pitino. Adidas and UM got caught up in Louisville and UM got caught up in the Adidas scandal around the same time. UM had 2 bad years. Okay, FSU took over, Scotty Barnes, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. FSU. UM is now in the Final Four. I believe Louisville won 2 ACC games this year.
Yeah, I think
Two
so.
ACC games this year.
The basketball program hasn't been the best for them, but hey, I'm proud for UM. I mean, they played great basketball so far. The only thing is kind of what I've always thought is their weakness, especially in today's like NBA game, and it's kind of transitioned to basketball, is the 3-point shot. Because Miami's just
They
they're
go
not
hot
a
and
good
cold.
3-point shooting
Yeah,
team.
they go hot and cold because sometimes they look like, oh my, where did this come from? Like that
Yeah.
Pittsburgh game, that was insane when
They're
they to end the regular season become ACC co-champs with
yeah.
Virginia. That was insane. But then you look at the Texas game to get them to the Final
That
Four.
was a really good game for
I
them.
believe they made 4 threes in the game, and
Yeah.
Texas had 10. But they still shot, I believe, 64%
Yeah,
from the
some from
field.
the field. Yeah, it was a good game for them. That
Yeah,
was the only bad part. You could say the three, and I feel like this could catch up to them because, bro, UConn has been playing really good basketball.
and UConn's a good team, but I think, I mean, I don't know if UConn is necessarily better than Texas, but I definitely think that they're on the same level. And if we just came back from down 10 in the second half against Texas, I like the chances against
Yeah,
anybody. And
but
and
I
I
mean, look at the teams UConn has beat. Gonzaga, very good team, and they humiliated them.
Yeah,
Arkansas,
they blew
good
them out.
team, embarrassed them. St. Mary's, a easy
I mean,
run.
but UMB Houston, man.
No, UM beat Houston, but we still have to give credit. I mean, we made a joke about it offline about Timmy, like basically being the Nets, like Stenson
That's
Bennett in
embedded in
college
basketball.
sports. Like, but Gonzaga's had a good program, and they humiliated them. Us, yeah, we beat Houston and we beat Texas, but those were like close to somewhat close games. No, UConn's games, they've all been like decided before there was like even 6 minutes left on the clock. So UConn has a real good shot. I mean, I'm gonna root for UM because we've been UM fans for a long time, long
Yeah.
time.
And shout out Coach Larinaga, man, to
Playing
make it
from
to two
Myles' iPhone.
to make it to two Final Fours, with one being the University of Miami, who has absolutely no right to be good at basketball. Like, they play in the ACC, which is known as the basketball conference. For him to have now won the ACC regular season title twice, before the football team has even won an ACC championship, and to be on his second Final Four after making it with George Mason, absolute college legend, absolute college legend. I think they should build a statue of him outside this arena. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, we'll have to see, but best of luck, UM. We're gonna be rooting for you guys, and we can't wait to watch the game.